Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Children's Trading Card Game video. Gate Ruler once again. Thank you Sundar, my Simian level supporter. Today, this is an important video. We're going to be talking about the winners and losers going into the Set 2 format. What do I mean? Well, as you can see here, I've made another little tier maker thing. It's very useful, really saves me having to put much effort into designing any assets at all. And basically what I'm going to be doing is going through the major archetypes from set 1. I've decided there are 9 of them, somewhat arbitrarily. Not arbitrarily, anyway. The 9 sort of big, decent themes. Basically, I'm just going to say, like, alright, well, looking at the set 2 support, considering the set 2 meta in Japan, did they get a W? Did they take an L? Did basically nothing happen? And I'll say for all of these, something happened. Well, actually, no. Let's start off with Galak, and this is to represent Red, Pink, Apprentice, that sort of thing. The various Pink Apprentice decks, Pink, Yellow, Red, Pink, that sort of stuff. They were the top dog. So, did anything change? Well, they are still the top dog, and I would be inclined to just say, oh, so no change. However, Darumageddon is such a bullshit card, Scoob is such a bullshit card that I have no choice but to put them in big winner because they got some of the most broken cards in the game in this set. Pink is just the best faction, like, by such a long way, and then Apprentice is just the best ruler, and Pink is kind of designed for Apprentice, so together you just get the best decks. It is what it is. You know, what can you do? Next, Darkness. And lads, this deck is so bad in set 1. It's so bad. Even thinking about it, it makes me laugh whenever I think about the people who genuinely got pissed off when I said the deck was bad. When everyone who was testing the game was like, yeah, this deck is not good. And apparently that was considered elitist behavior. You know, you can't make this shit up. Some people. But anyway, the deck is a big winner. If you haven't seen my my videos on this during the reveal season, I wouldn't blame you. The reveal season for this was before set 1 release in English. It's been a while. So don't worry, I will be just as hyped, and I'll be making a deck profile in person with the cards. I'm very excited to do that. But yeah, Darkness, big winner. This deck went from absolute dog shit to pretty fucking good. You know, and more than that, it gets 2 very viable versions. There's the blue-yellow version, which you play if you are a Giga Chad who will always high roll the opponent, such as myself. And then there is the beta pink-yellow version, which is better, but does mean that you're playing pink and you're taking the easy way out. So, you know, up to you. Do you be Giga Chad or do you be the beta? It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. I won't judge you. But I will. Next is going to be Monkey. It's going to be Wild Force. And I will say, the support was not bad. It was not bad support. However, it was not good support. They got like 2 good cards. And Atlas as a whole, nah. We're going to put him right into the big loser camp because, in my opinion, Red-Blue was one of the best decks in set 1. It was really good. Red-Blue Military used a lot of the Wild Force support. Oh, sorry, Zoo Brigade. This deck is not good in set 2. You will not see success with it, which really sucks. You know, my Discord, which you should join using the link in the description, is called The Zoo. So as you can imagine, I'm pretty enthused by the idea of Monkey Smash. So this is a sad reality for me. But it's fine. Set 3 will make us great again. I have faith. But yeah, not good. Really, just mediocre support. A couple good cards, but a lot of very bad ones. A lot of very, very mediocre ones combined with sort of everything else getting good support at bare minimum. Just meant that, yeah, you just get sort of carried away. Next, talk about Beasts. This deck sucks in set 1, and it sucks a little bit less in set 2. So I'm going to put in the little winner. They get some cool little options. You know, they get a Genesis Summoner, a card which I got to reveal, by the way. Very pog. You can see that video if you want. It's in there in the Game Ruler News playlist, if I remember to do that there. You know, there's they get a nice little 4-star, very cool card. Stridon, very cool card. Stopping your opponent countering you. I would say beasts. They sort of have bits and pieces that are making them a little bit spicy. Nothing together just yet, but I do think in set 3 we are going to see some fun with beasts. You know, I'm not saying Overlord makes them pretty. I'm just saying maybe it's worth talking about, right? I'm just saying we should consider. Anyway, next, Crime Lords. So I would say Crime Lords are one of the best decks in set 1. So I'm conflicted on this because the way. So Crime Lords do get support in set 2, and they get very good support in set 2. However, the way the deck functions in set 2 basically is completely different to the way the deck works in set 1. And it's also you don't, to the point you don't even play Malevolous Prime in set 2, most of the time. You're playing the new stuff. And it's a revival-based strategy rather than a control-based strategy, and you're sort of swarming the board and you're playing Doom Again and stuff. So it's sort of I'm conflicted because it is Crime Lords, but it's so different to what Crime Lords were before that it's sort of the stance I'm going to take on this is I'm going to put them in the little losers, because as a deck they're kind of as good, but you have to sort of ditch a lot of your old support and some of the higher rarity stuff too for the optimized builds. So I'm going to put them in the loser camp just to say that, though, you sort of get the logic. I don't really feel too great, but I wouldn't feel great putting them in winners either, because the whole playstyle kind of changes, so yeah. Anyway, next, X-Vaders. Let's do X-Vaders next. We've got a few more from the other factions, but let's do X-Vaders. So this sort of it sort of has to be a win, because they had, 3 or 4 cards? 4 cards in set 1. They literally weren't playable. In set 2, they're at least a deck. So sort of by nature, they are a winner. The deck is not very good, mind you, and it's sort of only viable if you pair it with blue or pink, I guess, just because pink is ridiculous. Again, Overlord looks like it might be changing that, but anyway. They are cool, and they're a winner, of course, because they got support, but yeah, I mean, the support's not fantastic. Next, Genesis Summoning. I mean, this deck was mediocre at best in set 1, pretty meh, I would say tier 2.5, tier 2, however, in set 2, ooh, winner, chicken dinner, right to the top in that big winner category. I hate myself for saying that. Yeah, they're good. They are one of the best decks in the format. Arguably the best deck in our English format, maybe. In Europe, potentially, without Scoob for a month. I think it's possible. Yeah, this deck's kind of good. Granted, it's missing Jack, so it's sort of up in the air. But yeah, big upgrades. Alketa, the new level zeros, the combat technique stuff. So much cool shit. Deck's big winner. Next is Owl, and this was one of the best decks in set 1, I would say, for Knight. Very, very strong, very difficult to kill, very annoying to play against. I am considering it distinct from Darkness, as whilst you did play some Abyss summoning stuff, it wasn't really, it was kind of its own thing, and you could very much play it as a mixed deck. You could just sort of screw the summoning altogether if you wanted to, though I would say that probably wasn't the best idea. It was a weird one. I'm going to consider it distinct just because it very much does go its own way in set 2. And I'd say I'm conflicted again, because it gets better. It definitely gets better in set 2. But relative to the meta, it gets worse, because it doesn't get as much good support as other stuff, and Darkness very much takes over and goes in its own way. You definitely do still play some Owl stuff in Darkness, but it's not the same. It's not its own thing. So I'm going to put it in the little loser camp. Same sort of logic. It's still solid, but it's just not the same sort of upgrades that everything else gets. And finally, it's going to be the Draconoid Dreadnought deck, the sort of red decks, the more control-y decks. And this is a W, I guess. I'm really not sure. I don't know what to think. I don't know how to. Yeah, I don't really know. It's the new stuff is good, and it very much does become its own thing. You know what? Fuck it. Little winner. We're going to put in Little Winner because this is like the only way blue is viable, is with this new support and wizard. So fuck it. We'll put it in the Little Winner camp. And there we go. That is my winners and losers. What do you think? Am I full of shit? Let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel for more Gate Ruler content. Lots of stuff coming up. Like the video if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.